Hi guys, it's Jasmine here. If you haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe down below. Today I'm going to be talking about my favorite face primers, illuminators, and just some face serums that I really enjoy. So first off, I'm going to start off with the primers, just plain primers that I enjoy. The first one is the Smashbox Photo Finish Hydrating Primer. So it looks like this. It's in a black kind of white clear container with a blue hue to it. I really enjoy this primer in particular for my dry days. When I'm having a problem with flaking on my nose, or if I feel that my cheeks are really dry, then I like to use this before I put on any kind of foundation. I find that this one just really hydrates my skin compared to just a normal primer, where I'll apply this and then my skin will look a lot smoother and a lot more hydrated throughout the day. So I really enjoy this. It makes my foundation go on really smoothly. It lasts a long time. I find that when I put it on in the morning, at night, then it still almost looks as good as it did when I first applied it, applied my makeup. So I really enjoy this Smashbox Hydrating Primer. This one for sure is my go-to for my dry days, or if anybody of you have dry skin, then I would say definitely try this out. I do definitely recommend this one. My next one that I enjoy is the regular Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. So this is just the original one. I have like 3 of these mini sized ones, but I really enjoy this primer as well. I'll use this one when I have more of a combination day, or if my skin doesn't feel overly dry, then I'll use this, and I really enjoy this primer as well. I do find that with this primer compared to the hydrating one, if you are wanting a little bit of pore minimizing action, then I would go with the original Smashbox Photo Finish Primer over the hydrating one. I don't find that the hydrating one is as good for diminishing my pores or making my pores not look as large, filling them in. This one does a better job with filling in those pores, but I do have 2 other pore primers that I prefer over this if you're wanting it for specifically pore minimizing. But this is a really good primer for everyday use. My next one that I really enjoy, it's a little bit more expensive. I do have a couple deluxe size samples, and that's the Lancôme La Base Pro primer. So it looks like this. I have a couple of these ones. I really enjoy this one. I only use this one sparingly on those special days when I am going to be having a night out, or has like a social or a wedding to go to, something nice, like a nice night out when I need my makeup to look really good. Then I'll use the Lancôme La Base, just because I find that this one keeps my makeup on a lot longer even than the Smashbox one. Smashbox one, it's not as expensive, but this one is definitely a little bit more expensive than the Smashbox one, so I try and savor this one a little bit more for my days that I need to look a little bit more fancy and my makeup to look good all night. Then I'll use the Lancôme La Base one. So this is very good primer. I really enjoy this one. If you're looking for a primer specifically for pore minimizing, then I would say go with either the Benefit Professional or the Dr. Brandt Pores No More. If I were to choose one over the other, Dr. Brandt is the one that I would choose. Dr. Brandt, this Pores No More is amazing. I really enjoy it. I don't use this one all over the face. Like I said, I just have a deluxe sample, a couple of them, and I don't have the money to purchase full-size products every single time. So when I get to try sample sizes and then I enjoy them, I try not to use them as often, just because I don't want to shell out $40, $50 for a primer. But this is an excellent primer. Something to note about this one too, compared to the Professional, is this one has almost a skin-like tone to it as well. So I'll just show you here. So it has a skin tone to it. So it looks like that. This one completely fills in my pores. It's amazing. The texture is amazing. It's a little bit moussey, and then it dries down to almost like a powdery finish. And it does smell almost kind of mentholy, which I enjoy. I like the smell of mint, so it doesn't bother me at all. But this is an excellent primer. I really enjoy this one. Highly recommend it if you want to invest in a good primer. that's specifically for pore minimizing, go with Dr. Brandt. Dr. Brandt is awesome. The next one that I enjoy too, I actually bought this one specifically for my wedding, was the Benefit Pores No More, the Professional, this one. Dr. Brandt, I just came in contact with this one in the past like year and a half. So this one I was specifically purchased for my wedding. I had a mini size sample that I enjoyed too. So this is a nice primer. Lots of people use this one. It's highly recommended as well. This one has a skin tone as well, which I like. So it has a little bit of color. That's the Professional one. And then once you put it into the skin, it almost has like a velvety feel, the Professional, whereas the other one, the Dr. Brandt, has more of a powdery feel. So depending on what you enjoy, I find that these two for sure are my top two for pore minimizing. Go for Professional and Dr. Brandt. Since the new trend is illuminating, if you're looking for a good illuminator, I have found 4. My favorite for drugstore is definitely the L'Oreal Magic Lumi. I'm sure you've heard about this online. It looks like this. It's about $20 for this size. It's 20 mLs. But I really enjoy it. It looks like this. And then when you massage it into the skin, you could see a little bit of an illumination. I find that this one over some of the other ones that I have is more illuminating. So you could see just a little bit more of that shine on my hand there. I really like this as a base. I find that it primes the skin really well. It is a illuminating primer is what it's called actually. But I find that it makes my makeup go on smoothly. It gives a little bit of a shine to it. If you're wearing a full coverage foundation though, you're not really going to see an illuminized primer underneath just because you're wearing full coverage makeup. If you're wearing something that's a little bit sheer to medium coverage, then you'll probably see a little bit of this peeking through. But regardless, if you're wearing a full coverage foundation, this is still really nice to prime the skin, and it gives a little bit of a glow from within. So I like that one a lot. So the next illuminator that I really enjoy is actually from Becca. It's the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector. I'm sure most of you have heard about it. This one is in the shade Rose Gold. It's a little bit dark for my complexion, though I really enjoy it because I am a little bit lighter to medium skin toned. I find that because this one is so dark, the nice thing about it is that it's pinky. So I find that when I do apply this, it's almost like a skin corrector as well. So not only am I priming and illuminating my skin, but I feel like because it has that pinkish undertone that it also diminishes some of my under eye dark circles and any kind of blue or greenish tones within my skin. So this one, I'll just show you. So that's what this one looks like. It's the rose gold, and it's just a little bit darker. So I think this would be more beneficial for my darker ladies or darker to medium skin tones. My lighter girls, you might have a harder time with it just because it is quite pinkish. So it might not be as easy to put over a really light foundation. I use this one in particular with my darker full coverage foundations, just so it'll kind of cover it a little bit. But you could blend it in quite nice, where it just kind of almost looks like a tan on my skin. So, but the illumination that comes from within that appears through the foundation is really nice with the Becca. I really enjoy that one. And the last two illuminating ones that I have, this one is just recently new. It's a Tarte Brighter Days. So this is a mini one that I have. I really enjoy this one. And then the other one that I have is the MAC Strobe Cream. I find that these ones are quite similar. So they look like this. And I find that the shimmering or illuminating effect on them isn't as noticeable as my L'Oreal Lumi or the Becca. This one is more for, I would say, let's say you don't want to have a foundation day and you wanted to just look a little bit illuminated. This would be a good option for you. It would illuminate your skin, just look a little bit nicer and I think that would be nice. As for underneath the foundation, I don't find that you really see the illumination from them just because it's not very noticeable. But if you just wanted to put this on your skin to moisturize it a little bit and make it a little more illuminated without wearing a foundation, then that would be a good option for you. And so the next one that I really enjoy is more of a beauty balm. It's from Clarins Paris. This is quite an expensive little number here. It's called the Beauty Flash Balm. I'm not even going to bother trying to pronounce it in French. If you know how to read it, good for you. That's what it looks like. It says that it brightens and tightens, and this definitely tightens. I use this for when I'm more expressive. I have quite a few expression lines. I get quite a few here, and I usually have to bake this area, otherwise I'll get lots of creasing. And then a little bit here on my eyes for like crow's feet, and then I find above my forehead as well, I'll get quite a few lines throughout my face. So if I find that my expression lines are quite active that day, or if I'm going to be doing a lot of smiling or laughing, go to a comedy show or whatnot, then I'll put this bad boy on there. And I find that this really does tighten my skin and it lasts a really long time. So I don't really have to worry about going somewhere and my makeup breaking up on my forehead because I've been very expressive with my forehead. So when I do put this on there, I just find that it diminishes them. It kind of fills in the lines a little bit and makes them look a lot softer, and it tightens the skin as well. So I really enjoy this if you are a little bit older, or if you just suffer from fine lines, expression lines, or just want to diminish crow's feet or anything on your face, then I would say try this. It is quite pricey, but the results are quite amazing and they last a really long time. So those were my favorites for primers and pore minimizers, illuminators, and that beauty balm. So if you'd like to see more videos which are my favorites, then let me know what you'd like to see next. And if you have a favorite that's within the bunch, let me know what one's your favorite. Or if you enjoy something that I haven't tried, let me know that as well. Okay, take care. Till next time. Bye.